Hello crafters, let's make a shaker for fall. This is the first time I've ever done it and it turned out great. I'm so happy. On Sophia the Hobbit Crafter. All right, let's talk about the supplies. We've got a shaker mold and a sticker, a nail mold, some glitters, lots of stuff. We've got these glitters, little leaves. It's like plastic, UV resin, some cups, some glitters again, and my mica powder, gloves, this hardware, some tools. Let's get started. All right, so first I'm going to cut my plastic that I actually got off a piece of trash because I don't know what else to use. I noticed on most videos people use like harder plastic. I kind of regret that later, but you'll see what happens. It turns out really great. So I'm going to start with my Sharpie and I'm going to go around the little heart so I know what to cut. And again, this is my first time. I've watched some videos on it and I think I know what I'm doing, but you know, we learn from trying, right? We learn more from our mistakes. So I'm just going to cut out the Sharpie because I really don't want that on my mold. And I measure it again. And so far it looks like it'll stick because we're just kind of going over the edge here. At least that's what I imagine I'm going to do. Spoiler alert, it turns out great. Don't worry. Now I'm just sizing it up, making sure it's not going to go over the edge, which I probably could fix with just some, like, I don't know, sandpaper. So here's me getting some gold mica powder. We're going to make the colors for the actual keychain. I don't want too much because, okay, to be honest, I should not be using UV resin for this craft. This should be epoxy, the 2-part resin. But I'm impatient and I want instant results because epoxy, you have to wait for it to cure, like a couple hours at least if you get the fast stuff. But I only have the 24-hour stuff, so I'm going to use UV resin. So I'm mixing the glitter and I'm going to pour the resin into my little cup. So I'm using UV resin, and you're not supposed to use, oh gosh, I just got that everywhere. I'm not supposed to use UV resin for this. This bottle's almost empty. I'm sure we've all had the struggle, okay, when we're trying to get the last bit out and it keeps puffing, you know, air into our little cups and getting our mica powder everywhere. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to mix up my UV resin. UV resin is not supposed to be in a thicker layer like this. I think on the bottle, it actually says it's not supposed to be more than like 3 millimeters, which is really thin. There's lots of things you can do. You can, oh, this is another trick. I like to add my mica colors to the top of the lid so that I can see them, because I put them in a box, so I look down on them. So I like a little dot on the lid. And yeah. I'm going to use an alcohol swab to clean up my mess and get a heat gun and release the bubbles. All right, now I'm going to pour my resin into my mold and I'm going to make it look cool. I want it to be gold and like this fall reddish color, so I'm going to just kind of pour it all over the place and hopefully we get a variety of effect. I'm really lucky that I made just enough resin to fill my mold. It was like the perfect amount. If I hadn't, I would probably just take some clear resin, mix it into this little bowl, and then get the remnants. Okay, so hindsight, I don't know if I should have added so much glitter, or at least big glitter, because when it came to curing it, I think the glitter messed with the ability of the UV to hit all of the resin and made kind of like a bumpy effect. It actually turned out fine, but I just wanted everybody to be aware, like, hey, I learned something new. Big glitter, UV resin, not the greatest choice. I'm just gonna make sure there's no bubbles and hit it with UV. At some point I did turn it over, just so that I would get all of it. And I actually have a little UV box that we use to cure our UV resin prints. And so I put it in there too, just in case. You can see the little bumps from the glitter as I demold it, which I've noticed the bigger the item, the harder it is to demold. There's lots of videos out there that help you demold things without hurting your mold. Luckily, this isn't super difficult, but big ones, they use soapy water or something. Oh, this actually turned out really cool. I love this gold and reddish fall look that I got. That is really pretty. Bumpy back, not a big deal. I could cover it with a clear layer. I don't feel like it, but okay, let's get her sticker. So I actually got this image off of Etsy in a bundle, and then I got it printed at this local place that does UV stickers. So it has like this transparent layer and it helps you like kind of put the sticker where you want it. And then when you're done, you just peel the transparent layer off. All right, we're gonna make some leaves with my nail mold. I don't know if you've seen my last video. I've been really into nail molds lately. I'm gonna add some stuff to my shaker, some green leaves, purple leaves, and some like, I don't know, light gold. Then we're gonna take the colors that we made earlier and we're gonna put them into our nail mold. I'm gonna make 2 leaves and like a long leaf. And this is also very transparent UV resin. Actually, I think this is from a previous video. If you watched my last video, this is, I think, from that. I like to recycle my old stuff. There's no point in like curing it unless, you know, unless I'm done with it, which I knew these colors would come in handy for this little shaker. So here we go. I'm just gonna push all that resin down. It's slightly cured, so you can see it's thick. I guess I let it out in the sun a little bit. I put a napkin on top of it, but that probably wasn't enough. But it's slightly clear in the middle, and I actually really like the effect I got. All right, we're gonna use heat to push it into the little crevices and hit it with UV. And then let's demold it. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's slightly clear in the middle because I had a little bit of a clearer resin. I'm gonna stick it in my shaker. Yeah, that looks good. It fits. And let's do the same thing for the other 2 leaves. Oh, these are cute. And this one's really red. Very pretty. Definitely got the fall vibe going. This is, it's November, what is it, 28th? Thanksgiving was yesterday. So I'm still feeling fall. We haven't quite hit December yet, but I am in Texas. We don't really have a winter. It doesn't get that cold here. We can usually wear shorts still in December. But the trees are finally changing. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting UV around the edge so that I can put my little plastic down in hopes to fill it with some type of a liquid. So I'm just pushing it down, making sure it's not hanging over the edge. So far it looks really good. I'm just kind of examining all the sides and making sure it's touching it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna hit it with UV and test it. Yay, it works. I didn't want to shake it with UV on top. So now we're gonna do a top layer. This is the part that gets a little weird. So as you could see earlier, the little clear plastic I use is very thin and it works fine for the top layer. Now, when you use UV resin, it gets really, really hot. So I think it slightly melts the plastic underneath. As you can see, there's like bumps, but it turned out great. I actually kind of like it. After adding the liquid, you could barely notice that it was bumpy. And so it turned out to be a win, but I do start using thicker stuff as I go. Now I'm gonna take a syringe and a needle. This is an 18 gauge that I kind of teach stuff with medical stuff. So I have a lot of this and I'm actually filling it with saline because I don't have any baby oil or mineral oil to fill it with. So saline is salt water. And that's what I decided to use to fill it. This is my test. I've never made one before. And yeah, this one worked great. I think the viscosity of oil is thicker, so it makes the stuff inside shake slower, and that's why people like to use oil. All right, let's add some gloves, put some resin down, because we're gonna cover this little hole here. Now, if I was using oil, I would definitely take some alcohol and wipe this edge here, because resin and oil don't mix super well. It can stop it from sticking, or at least that's what I've heard. But because this is saline, I don't really have a problem. I just made sure it was dry. And I just cover it with some clear resin. I think later I start using the color resin to blend it in a little better, and I hit it with UV. And this is our final, well, it's not final yet, but this is what it looks like before we add our keychain part. It works great. Look at it go. The little nail mold leaves are doing their job, pushing the glitters around. All right, now let's add this keychain. It's my first time, I think, using a Dremel tool in a year. So we're just gonna drill a hole into the top of the keychain to make sure it doesn't go all the way through. I'm really, really careful, going really, really slow. And then I kind of test it throughout, or at least off camera I do. I don't think I show it. But I'm making sure I'm not going past the middle of that heart. I'm just going straight in. And it's hard. I've got a little, I don't know what this is called, fisheye thing to stick in there. So we're gonna take some resin, put it on the hole, and then I dabbed it there. I'm gonna dip the little fish hole, I don't know what that thing's called. The little loop that I'm gonna screw into the top of it, I dip it in the resin, and it has resin. I get it on my hand, and I realize I probably should use a tool. And then I'm gonna use my tweezers to kind of just spin it in. It's the hole is made slightly smaller, I think, than this, so it's actually kind of hard to do. As in, it has some grip, okay? It's gonna hold it with the resin. And since my whole keychain is slightly transparent, the resin inside should cure as well. All right, once it's nice and tight and straight facing forward, we will, yeah, that looks good. Next, I'm going to cure it with some UV. And there I go. I'm gonna hold it up. Actually, I'm gonna use a tool to hold it up because I don't wanna get that much under. This is a strong UV light. And I test it, and it's got some nice, stable loop right there. And it's still going. I don't see any holes. Looks like I didn't puncture the barrier of the saline. All right, I'm gonna take my jewelry tools and get this loop and connect it to the keychain. Oh, yeah. Actually, I almost closed the loop without the keychain on it. There we go. I figured it out. Again, I'm not used to doing keychains. I'm usually doing earrings, but I I kind of wanted to think outside the box and try some new things. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I get why they're so popular. Like they're actually really fun to play with, and I've been kind of obsessed with them after I made this one. Like this is a fun vibe. I really enjoy it. I went to the store just to get oil after this. So my next few videos you'll see are probably more keychains. I didn't record my last few just because I was still learning how to make them. And I learned a lot. One thing I did learn on this one was that I think less glitter is more. But I did really like the nail mold because it helps push everything around. My newer ones that I made, I didn't use any nail. I used stickers actually, you'll see. And the nail molds help a lot. So we're going to combine it in the next video. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Gotta tap it to get it to move, just because it's not quite, I don't know, they're not super moving. There we go. And they get stuck on the sticker. That's another thing I learned. I start putting UV resin over the sticker as well. The stickers are waterproof, so I don't have to. But yeah, here's our final look. We got glitter and leaves and fall vibe and gold, and it's a keychain, and it looks great. I'm so happy with this. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments.